All right. Before we get to the schematic, I would like to give a brief explanation on how the ultrasonic safety device work. This ultrasonic safety device can be connected to a blending machine, whereby it calculates the distance from the blade to an obstacle. For this project, the maximum distance will be 29 centimeter. That is, if when the ultrasonic safety device calculates the distance, if the distance is lower than 29 centimeter or equal to 29 centimeter, it switches off the load. That's the blending machine, thereby saving you from injury. That is, take for instance, if your hand mistakenly, by accident or intentionally, gets close to the blade of the blending machine, it switches off the blending machine immediately. So we'll start with the ultrasonic sensor. That's HCSR04. The ultrasonic sensor operates with 5 volts. The VCC pin will be connected to 5 volts of the Arduino, the ground to ground, the echo pin to pin 2 of Arduino, the trigger pin to pin 3 of the Arduino. We have 2 indicators. For this project, the red LED will stand as an indicator for power, while the green LED will turn on when the ultrasonic sensor detects a distance that is lower than 29 centimeter or equal to 29 centimeter. The pin 4 is connected to the relay via a transistor. That's an NPN transistor. When the ultrasonic sensor detects a distance that's lower than 29 centimeter or equal to 29 centimeter, it makes pin 4 high, thereby switching the transistor, and this will make the common pin, that's the common pin of the relay, to switch to normally open of the relay, thereby turning off the load. For this project, we are going to use a 220 volts bulb as the blending machine. Yeah, so that will stand as the blending machine. So for now, using the schematic, for now the load is on already, but when pin 4 is made high, the relay switches off the load. So that's it for the schematic. The ultrasonic sensor has 2 data pin, that's the echo pin and the trigger pin, and we'll define both pin here. We'll assign 2 to the echo pin and 3 to the trigger pin, and we have 2 variables here, that's the duration and the distance. We'll talk about that later in the code. We assign 4 to relay, then 9 to green LED and 8 to red LED according to the schematics. We'll make the trigger pin output because it sends the ultrasonic wave, while echo pin make its input because it receives the ultrasonic wave. Then red LED, green LED and relay will all be made outputs. Then serial monitor, this code here is for the serial monitor. Here we'll make the red LED high because it serves as the indicator for power. We'll make the trigger pin low, then wait for 2 microseconds, then we'll make the trigger pin high. Since the trigger pin is high, it has sent the ultrasonic wave already. Then we'll delay for 10 microseconds, then we'll make the trigger pin low. This duration will store the time it takes the ultrasonic wave to travel to and fro. The distance here, this is the distance, and it's equal to the duration, that's this duration, the time times 0.34 sound wave divided by 2. That's since the distance is to and fro, we have to divide it by 2 to get the actual distance. So yeah, here's the main code. If distance is lower than 29 centimeter or equal to 29 centimeter, we'll delay for 15 milliseconds. This will stand as a switch debouncer. Then we'll check again if the distance is lower than 29 centimeter. If that's true, then we'll make green LED high, we'll make the relay high, then wait for 1.5 second. So since the relay is high, then it automatically proves that the load has been switched off. That's the 220 volt LED, the 220 volt bulb. That's what we'll be using for this project. That will stand as the grinding machine for this project. Then we'll check again. If the distance is now greater than 29, then wait for 15 milliseconds, and we'll check again. That's the switch debouncer. We'll check again if the distance is greater than 29. If that's true, then the green LED will be low. Then the red LED, the relay, will be low. That is, the load will be turned on back. That's the blending machine or the bulb. So here prints out the distance to the serial monitor. Yeah, so that's it for the code.